This is Cassie. This is Inspector.
She's already here. Yeah.
Just a lovely little guy.
Welcome to Alex Kids Fun! Today we are at the Raptors and we're gonna learn all about raptors! Who are raptors? Raptors, also known as birds of prey, are usually medium or large birds that hunt other animals for food. That includes fish, smaller birds, insects, mammals, and even lizards. There are more than 500 species of raptors. Raptors are found all over the world except Antarctica. We can't show you all the raptors. Today we will be focusing on owls, hawks, and falcons. Please like and subscribe and stay tuned to see all the special close-ups. Let's go meet the raptors!
All right, my name's Kaitlyn. I'm one of the workers here at the Raptor Center. This is Cassie. I've been working here for about 2 years now with kids camps as well as doing education work. Yeah, and Cassie here, she's been here for a lot longer than me. She's been here for 6 years. Yeah, so Cassie here, these guys are the smallest falcons that we have here in North America. So she's a North American kestrel.
Have you ever seen an American kestrel? Well, pay attention when you're at a sports game because sports fans in some cities get an extra show during night games. Kestrels tracking moths and other insects in the powerful stadium light beams and catching these tasty snacks.
And then open your fist for a second, just so I can pop her equipment in. All right, here you go. And you just keep your elbow where it is. You can bring your elbow quite close to your body. Just make sure that you've got that little bit of an angle there. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for letting me know.
It can be tough being one of the smallest birds of prey. Despite their fierce lifestyle, American kestrels end up as prey for larger birds. Cassie is back at her nest with her other friends. It was really fun to hold her. Raptors, or birds of prey, have 3 distinct features. Remember, 3 distinct features. They have strong grasping feet with sharp talons. They have a hooked beak. They have keen eyesight, so they can spot you from almost anywhere. So remember, raptors are called birds of prey because of these 3 features that allow them to be great predators.
All right, so this is Solo, and Solo here, he is a Peregrine Falcon. So these guys are a little bit more chatty, so you might hear him making a little bit of noise every now and then. And that call that he'll make, it's generally a pretty kind of excited call. He's saying, hey, what's going on? Where are we going? Do you have food for me? Yeah, but these guys are pretty amazing falcons. They're definitely one of the more common ones that we see. Most of the reason being that these guys are living in cities. So places like Vancouver, New York, even Victoria, they're very, very common. And they love cliffs and they love things like pigeons and ducks. And luckily for them, cities provide both of those. So they're able to just sit and nest on top of cliffs and then dive down and catch pigeons sitting down below. And these guys can reach speeds of, on average, about 200 kilometers an hour, but they can also get up to as fast as about 300 kilometers an hour. So crazy fast speeds. And they're definitely the fastest animal on the planet. So they're pretty awesome.
First, let's get to know falcons. Humans have used falcons for hunting for thousands of years. Did you know falcons mate for life? Falcons devote themselves to one partner, but that doesn't mean that the couple spend time together. They come together to mate, and otherwise, they spend their lives as solitary hunters.
Because he's got all these brown feathers. Those are his juvenile feathers. So this year, he had a partial molt, so we molted out most of his feathers, got in his adult ones, but all those brown ones you see speckled across his body, those are his juvenile ones. And those basically tell other birds that they're not ready for a family yet. They're learning how to hunt, but he's kind of half there. So over this spring and summer, I'll probably have a second molt and lose all those feathers and then get adult ones in. But he's pretty awesome. Oh, what a lovely little guy. Do you want to hang out with him? And let me know if he starts getting heavy, because he'll definitely get pretty heavy pretty quickly, eh? Yeah. So Solo here, he's a wonderful guy. He's about, he's almost 2 years old now. He'll be 2 years in a couple months. But he's fantastic. He's gone out to Vancouver and a few other sites as well. But a lot of our birds go out to industrial sites, so landfills, airports, even mills and things like that. And we just fly them around and do what we call bird abatement. So these guys, because they're a predator, they're very scary to other smaller birds, and most of falcons and hawks' prey are other birds. So they're quite scary, and so all they really need to do is fly around, do a couple circles, and they basically keep birds out of that area. So when we're working at landfills, oh, 1 foot up, all comfy. So the reason they do that is they're just keeping 1 foot warm. Solo's lovely, he's really comfortable. He might even have a nap. That's great. So landfills, we're keeping geese especially and gulls out of the garbage because they do want to eat the stuff in the garbage, and that's why it's really important to not leave food scraps and stuff in the garbage, because they have a pretty good smell. They smell that and they're like, okay, there's some food there. And oftentimes, you know, things like pink insulation can sometimes look like meat when it's not actually, and can damage their systems quite a bit. But all we do, take a bird like Solo out there, he'll do some amazing soaring that I'm sure you guys know about peregrine falcons and their amazing thermal soars and things like that. He'll just catch on the wind and just fly for hours.
Did you know peregrine falcons return to their favorite nesting areas every year? But they actually don't build nests. They usually just find a shallow dip in some rocks or use a ledge of a cliff or even a building. And remember guys, peregrine falcon is not only the world's fastest bird, but also the world's fastest animal. I always wanted to hold a peregrine falcon. My dream has come true.
All right, and then yeah, you can just rest your arm. You just bring it down, right there. Perfect. Perfect. These guys do filming, documentaries mostly, but heart shapes on all of his chest feathers, like these ones right up here. It's kind of cool, hey? I've always wanted to steal one, put it in like a mini frame or something, because I just think they're the cutest little feathers ever.
Yeah, they are heart shaped. Now I'm gonna do a close up. Wow.
Yeah, they are gorgeous. Solo. Just a lovely little guy. He's pretty awesome, hey?
And because you like to fly solo?
Yeah. So chatty. Alright, so this is Inspector. Inspector here, he is a spectacled owl. So these guys aren't native to around here. These guys are a South American jungle owl, and they're one of the few jungle owls in the world. So they're a really, really cool species. And they definitely look a lot different than the ones we see around here. The ones around here almost look like bark. They have a very kind of textured pattern on their feathers, whereas these guys have a really flat kind of texture, which is pretty consistent with a lot of animals that you see in jungles that have pretty bright and abstract colorations in a sense.
You're one of the smartest.
Oh, big step over. Alright, so just angle your fist a bit like this. Hopefully we'll come up here. It's not come up here. Oh, maybe. Maybe. We'll think about it. Oh, yes, I know. There's a bit of food for you. Oh, dropping quail legs everywhere. There you go, Inspector. I know. You gotta come up here. A little bit. I know. I don't want you to hit your tail, bud. There we go. So the reason these guys have such large eyes, you probably know, right? Yeah.
Is to spot prey.
Yeah, to spot prey. They are hunting at night most of the time, so having those big eyes allows them to absorb a lot more light. But yeah, and they have amazing eyesight and amazing hearing. But hearing is kind of that key point for them, because by having that amazing hearing, it means that they can basically pinpoint their prey just by listening. Cool. Ooh, so great. He just loves chatting around. You can hear him all day long. The corvids are very chatty, so corvids being your crows and ravens, magpies and things like that. They're very smart, but they're also social, so they do communicate a lot more.
What do you know about owls? Owls are intriguing birds. Many owl species have asymmetrical ears. When located at different heights on the owl's head, their ears are able to pinpoint the location of sounds in multiple dimensions. Owls have terrific binocular vision, but they can't focus on objects that are too close. Instead, sensitive whisker-like bristles around their beaks help owls detect objects at close range. Their eyes can account for up to 3% of its entire body. Have you ever seen how owls move their heads? Owls can rotate their necks 270 degrees in either direction. Because owls can't roll their eyes around the way we do, they have to move their entire head to get a good look around. Owls are known as silent predators. Specialized feathers of the owl enable near silent flight by altering air turbulence and absorbing noise. So these soft feathers have very great benefits for owls. Okay, do you know who's over there? Let's go look. Look, guys, we found some hawks. Hawks are strong, powerful birds. The female is generally larger than the male. Hawks are known for their unique mating behavior. The male does tricks in the air to impress a female. These showcases can last over 10 minutes. You can see sometimes also hawks fighting in the air over food.
Perfect.
Hello. Good morning.
She does. So the reason she has that bell is when we're out working at landfills and airports, and she just finished working up in Nanaimo, we can keep an eye on which one's our bird, because sometimes when there's lots of birds, lots of geese, lots of gulls, and she's flying around, we kind of lose track of them sometimes. So having that bell can be like, okay, that's Lulu because she's ringing. Yeah. Oh. And sometimes they'll come up behind us and surprise us or swoop at our head and be like, hey, where's my food? So it's nice when we have a little bit of a warning and we're not like, oh my god, there's a bird. Oh, good job, Lulu. Awesome. Keep going. And then you come right on down to your gloves. And so for this, I'll get you guys to wear the longer gloves because let's do the that's like careful. Here he comes. Here he comes. There you go. Lulu, come on. What's this? Good job. Perfect. Put it like this. Oh, he's dropping the bits. Oh yes. Let's go back. So these guys are, we don't see them around here. You see them kind of southwestern United States, down into Mexico. So they're a desert hawk, which is why you'll notice her feathers end quite high up on her leg. Because, you know, whenever you're ready. Oh, so cute. So sweet. Oh. All right, you got her?
Yep.
Awesome. Two females in one group, and then they kind of have to tussle, or the other female will go and start a new group. But for the most part, they get along quite well, and the females being bigger allows them to be able to hunt larger things, where the males will run along the ground and flush out prey, and then the females will wait up above and catch that prey. So they've got a pretty cool dynamic going on. So we don't always want that, because of course an eagle could hurt her, even if she wins, which these guys are pretty tough, I wouldn't be surprised. There could still be some damage. They're quite delicate, right? Yeah. Oh.
Let's figure out what type of bird I am. To figure out what type of bird you are, you need to look at your armlet. I'm a Peregrine Falcon, my favorite! What type of bird am I? I'm wondering. I'm a baby Peregrine Falcon. Thanks for watching. watching and learning about raptors with us. Hope you remembered all the facts. Please like and subscribe and stay tuned for our next video. Bye guys!